going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? All right, sorry. Oh, shoot, no matter freaking A. Crap. Holy shit. I almost made a big boo-boo. I almost just made a big mistake there. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Everybody come on in, enjoy yourself, get comfy. Hey, Pixie. Unwind yourself. How's unemployment? I wish I knew. Man. You have no idea how much I would give to just not have to go to work. Yeah, Sodium. I downloaded some more RAM off of Livewire. I downloaded some more RAM off of LimeWire. Yeah. Cindy said, "Do it." Hold on. I gotta pin that comment over here. Hold on. This is apparently how you go unemployed. Cindy said, "Just go get a husband, then you can be unemployed." That's funny. I don't think that's gonna work out too well for me. I don't think it's gonna work out too well for me. Napster, that's what it was. It wasn't LimeWire. I was on Napster. That's right. I have no idea if either of those are still around. Where'd Rupert go? I had Rupert downstairs the other day. Rupert's downstairs. He's not hanging out here with us today. I do want to do my next. I'm considering for next month for the giveaway. I want to do a. I want to do a piece of merch with Rupert and Rosie. That's what I'd really love to do. That'd be really fun for me. I really want a Rupert and Rosie one. Rupert went to go live on a farm. Okay. Carol says I spend too much money for just a husband, and Jill said I'd rather never have a husband again. Patrick, I guess technically right now I have 3 cats, but only temporarily. I also just ran downstairs to grab something, and I don't feel good right now, so just give me a sec. Technically, I have 3 cats right now, but Ari came with 2 cats, so that was a thing, and then another one just showed up at the house this weekend on Sunday, but that cat's only temporary. That cat is going with my good friend Laura when she gets back from her little vacation. That's if the owner doesn't hit me up before then. I left signs, stuff, looking for the owner, all that stuff. So yeah. So I temporarily have 3 cats. Was one of them behind me? Is that why you saw that? Was one of them behind me? I know Safari. Safari is one of the cats. Safari is the old lady of the house. She's a pain. Then you got Bailey. Bailey's the pain in the ass. And then the new one. My daughter calls the new one Avery. Ari calls it Sweet Pea. I call it needing to get out of my house. So it goes on all sorts of names. It goes by all sorts of names, just depending on where you're at in the house, whatever. I call it exiting my house. That's what I call it. I don't got time for all that. All right. Well, we're about to get this thing going, get this thing started, get this thing moving, doing our thing. Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. Get down tonight. Ow, do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Yeah. You guys got a whole dance. You guys got a whole dance today. See, it's not just great conversations.
It's insane.
You guys get not only conversations, but you also get full dances, which is I honestly, I think more than y'all paid for. Honestly, like your ticket price to this show did not cover all of that awesomeness. Tobin, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said, no joke, I have 5 rescue cats in my house and 5 former street cats in my back house area. Tobin's got all the cats. Tobin's got all the cats. This cat was very cute. It just ran up to me. It was super cute. It just ran up to me and it was just like, hi, let's be friends. And I was like, cool. I love friends. So I was like cool with it, but my friend Laurel will take great care of her. She had 5 cats and she just lost 2 of those 5 cats within the last year. Not from just one from old age and one from sickness. Nothing that you can do. So she still has 3 other ones, 2 beautiful Bengal cats. Yeah, she's gonna take this cat when she comes back again if the owner isn't found by then. But Tobin, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. All right, as you guys are coming in, if you guys are on the TT side over there, make sure you guys are double tapping that screen. For everybody else, welcome in. I see all y'all. I see you guys over there on Twitch. What's going on Twitch? I see you guys over on YouTube. How's everybody going over there? And I see you guys over here. I see everybody. We got the whole thing going on. Y'all, if you guys would like to support the live, like I said, these super chats do go a long way for computer upgrades and stuff upgrades, so I can keep this thing going. I really appreciate that. Got some upgrades actually trying to come in this week to try to make sure I can keep this thing going for everybody. So that really does go a lot to helping out my live, and I really appreciate that. If you voted for Trump and you support Trump, there's 2 ways you can get in and come and have a conversation with me. One of those is if you're on a TT, you can hit that multi-guest request button, and you can come in that way. And if you're on the YT, you can call that number that's right above my head, and we can have a conversation that way. That also goes for the TW, I guess. The correct one over there. So there's multiple ways you can get a hold of me. I can already see that some phone calls. Phone calls were coming in before I started. Actually, just from one person. For like 15 straight minutes. That's very weird. Somebody was calling in for 15 straight minutes before I started my live. That's weird. But we are getting some phone calls right now, so we're going to get this thing going. And yeah, hopefully we have some good conversations, and hope you guys enjoy the show. If this phone rings, it's showing missed calls, but it's not ringing. Let's see. It'll ring in a second, I think. No? All right. Cool. Well, we'll get there in a second. Oh, there it is. It wouldn't take long. Hello, how are you? Hello? All right, I've seen how many times you've called. You must be there. Hello? All right, guess not. Guess not. It's weird to call that many times and then not be there. Hello?
I'm going to touch you.
Keep moving forward. What's up, new followers over on Twitch? How's it, guys? How's it going over there? Dying fish. What's going on, you user? That was like
hey, how's it going?
Hi, how old are you?
27.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I did initially, okay, because he's like the symptom of like a greater concern, and that's just like distrust in our establishments, you know?
Yeah, he's a symptom of
not anymore.
racism. Yeah.
No,
But-
I don't agree with that, but like,
Oh, he is. He's the counteract to Obama.
I think he was the counteract before Obama.
How was he the counteract before Obama, after Obama?
Everyone was a politician, and then like Trump came along.
Yeah, he'd only been running for president for 20 plus years at that point.
He has?
Yeah, he first ran for president in 2000.
Oh.
Yeah, calling Donald Trump not a politician is insane. He's very much a politician. He just didn't actually learn anything about the government before deciding to be president. That's the only real difference. What you're saying is you had people like Obama who, was like a senator, Kamala Harris who was like a senator, Joe Biden who spent, years, a long time in the Senate, people that actually learned the government, how it worked, and, knew how to make things, actually happen within our government to be able to get things done. And instead, you guys wanted Donald Trump, who knew nothing about the government or how to get things done or even what was good for the government. And we decided that was a good idea. And I don't really understand why would we do that? I mean, you wouldn't hire you wouldn't hire your local sandwich artist at Subway to do the plumbing in your house, right?
I wouldn't, but like, it's plumbing, like anyone can be a politician, hence like, you just gotta get voted in, hence like why,
Yeah, but you're not good. Like, I'm sure the person might be able to figure out some pipes and probably could connect stuff, maybe even stop a leak here and there, right? But like, if you really have if your roof is coming down because some pipes in your roof are leaking really bad and it's about to go through your bedroom, I'd want somebody that's a professional, right?
Yeah, that's true, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like people. Doesn't Congress consistently have like an approval rating of below 50?
Yeah, this isn't about Congress though.
Does it? Has there ever been a president with an approval rating above 50%?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Both Biden and Trump both had approval ratings over 50% at some point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Obama definitely had an approval rating over 50% for a good amount of time.
Oh, okay. You mentioned earlier that like Trump didn't get things done. I mean, he's kind of done a lot. Which
Like
is
what?
Like like he's messed up on immigration. He's kind of ruined checks and balances. So that kind of sucks.
Or are you just saying he's done a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't good for America? So that I'll agree with.
Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff that wasn't good for America.
But again, that's why you don't hire somebody that, doesn't know what they're doing to do a job.
Insane.
The whole bragging about someone not being a politician is just not a flex to me. Like it's a ridiculous stance in my head, right? To be like, hey, we hired someone unqualified. Isn't that great? Like, he was the only one that wasn't qualified. And so we voted for him. Like that's what it sounds like to me. Like that's just a crazy stance, right? Like that doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Honestly, like we would have been better off with Harris.
Yeah.
It might have been like Joe Biden 2.0, but like it beats like what we have now.
Yeah, exactly. Like what I'm saying is like the whole point of our election should be hiring the best politician, right? Not trying to hire someone that's not one at all. That doesn't make any sense, right? So
guess like the reason why like I don't support any of his policies, but he did run a way better campaign. And of like qualified politicians who operate in the people's best interests, like took a page off like how he campaigned, I think that like that would activate voters because didn't he only
yeah,
win
but
because like he activated like young men?
yeah, but the reason
And
why he was able to run that campaign is because he said a bunch of shit that wasn't true, or like wasn't feasible, or didn't even have a possibility of happening. People that are in politics know what's possible and what's true and what's logical, and so they run campaigns based off of what our government can actually do. Donald Trump just yelled a bunch of words that didn't make any sense. He didn't have the ability to do and weren't logical in the slightest, but he wasn't hampered by understanding politics enough to know how to do that, to even know that he was wrong.
what was he wrong
It'd be
on?
like let me put this in an example, okay? Like, what's it say? No data. This stream will end soon. What the hell? That's weird. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting a weird notification there. It'd be like if you put me like, you ever seen the show like Deadliest Catch?
Was that with like Anthony Bourdain or?
No, that was No Reservations. No Reservations came after what was it? No, Deadliest Catch, where they go to Alaska and they catch crab and fish and stuff.
Nah, I have not.
Okay, well, it's an entire show about fishing. Okay, about fishing in the deadly waters of the Bering Sea, and they're catching crab and they're catching fish and all that sort of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it would be like if I came and was like, and I showed up and I was like, look, I've never been on one of those boats. I don't even know how those boats work, but I promise you, I'm going to catch 1 billion fish my first day. And people are like, wow, that sounds great. He's going to catch 1 billion fish in one day. That's freaking impressive. That's really good. Right. And all the fishermen around are like, you can't catch 1 billion fish in one day. There's not enough hours a day. Like, it's not possible to catch that. And they're like, oh, I don't know. That guy's not a fisherman. He knows, like, and he's promising us that he's going to catch 1 billion fish in a day. I think he's probably the best person to be fishing. Like that's pretty much the equivalent argument to let's not hire a politician. Like, yeah, I mean, I can promise 1 billion fish a day, but if I don't know what fish, how fishing even works or how to fish or how to do any of that stuff, then my opinion on things isn't very logical. And you can't expect me to actually go out on the boat and actually be, effective, since I wasn't qualified to be effective to begin with.
All right, that's fair enough. But what do you think's gonna like beat Trump? Like the Democrats, like they had a 17%.
Well, I hope that Donald Trump doesn't run again, but he's already talked about that in violation of the Constitution.
I mean, hasn't he violated the Constitution? Like,
yeah.
So, like, what's gonna like beat him then?
Well, I would hope that I would hope that about the Trump supporters that are out there that are still freaking, like behind him and backing him on everything they do because they're in a cult. I would hope that when Donald Trump goes to run for a third term, they, instead of just backing him and they pull their heads out of their ass and actually don't allow another, him to run for a third term. But honestly, at this point, I have no proof of that. Maybe who even knows what's going to happen. So, but anyways, I'm going to move on to the next guest, but I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay.
All right, thank you too, sir. Have a good one.
All right. Bye. Patrick, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. It says, in my head, I was thinking that you wouldn't hire someone at Subway that hates sandwiches. Also a very good point, Patrick. Even though I will say that I don't think that that's Subway's actual hiring model. Because if you've ever actually been to Subway, those fools do not like sandwiches. Or you. Okay? They don't like sandwiches or you. They sure as hell don't care about your health, I'll tell you that much. Thank you so much, Patrick. I appreciate it. Hello, how are you?
How you doing?
Doing great. How old are you?
I am 29.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Awesome. Why is that?
I was wondering your opinion on the Apple, like increasing their investment in the U.S. to like $600 billion.
It's about time. So someone decided to come here.
Oh, should that disconnect?
No. I'm talking to you right now. All right, bye. That was weird. I was wishing. All right, phone lines are back open. Let's keep this thing going. Yeah. I mean, it's cool that Apple's. I mean, does that mean our teenagers are going to start building iPhones? Because just to let you know, I'm not a huge fan of that. Yeah, about time he did fucking something. Manufacturing jobs are down the last 3 months. He better bring something back. Hello, how are you? All right, goodbye. Hello, how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you? How old are you? All right, guess have a good day. Hello, how are you?
Yo,
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yup.
Why is that?
Look at what he did.
Yeah, look at what he did. That's why I asked the question.
What do you do, motherfucker? Why do you support him? Because he supports black people.
How's that?
You know, he's creating more jobs. He's protecting our country.
He's creating more jobs. He created the jobs numbers were 73,000 in July, which was drastically below, and the revised numbers put like his May and June numbers at like 15,000 jobs apiece. That's like not even, you know, like that's so far below anything.
Yeah, but those numbers change, and they're not always as accurate, and it just depends on what news source you're getting it from.
No, that's just from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Bruh, come on, bruh. You support Trump?
No.
Why not?
Because he's not doing anything good for the U.S.
Like what? Give me some examples of something that's not good.
Deporting people to foreign gulags.
Okay, now let me ask you something. Would you allow me to come over your house if I didn't live there?
Sure, you can come over and hang out, man.
No. I'm talking about come over your house, like unannounced, walk in your house, grab your food, eat it. Without you
no, I wouldn't, but that's a very false equivalency.
That's a very false what?
Equivalency.
How?
Well, first of all, there's laws against you breaking and entering into my house, right? And there's laws against, illegal entry into the United States. You breaking and entering my house is a felony in which you could do, a long prison time for. And, illegal entry in the United States is a civil offense and a misdemeanor, right? Also, on top of that, you're not putting me in any harm by entering the country. You would be putting me in harm by entering my house, right? So there's multiple different reasons. But honestly, I mean...
Okay, but there's so many variables when it comes to that, because you're saying that people can't come into our country with ill intent and cause us harm.
Sure, they could. Right? Yeah, but I mean, is this dude serious? Hold on. Sorry, there's someone in my chat over here. First of all, this is a brand new $300 mic. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Insane.
Second of all, are you literally super chatting me to about my microphone? Is my mic cutting out, y'all? If it is, it's probably
your mic sounds good.
I'm not talking about you. You're on a different thing. Y'all, is my mic sound okay to everyone?
No, I'm watching you on live. It sounds good.
I'm just waiting for the chat. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Yes. All right. Oh, cool. Anyways, so what were you saying?
All right, just like I was saying, there's so many variables to that point. It doesn't matter if it's a civil or a felony offense.
Well, it does, because you're the one that's making the equivalency, sir. Sir, you're the one trying to make the equivalency. I wasn't trying to make the equivalency, right?
Well, I'm trying to make the equivalency to show that it does matter. When you have a large influx of people coming into our country illegally, that causes problems.
And what problems?
What do you mean?
I mean, what
There's
problems?
so many problems with that,
Like what?
especially if they're undocumented. If they are criminals in their country and they're coming here looking for refuge to come and do the same thing, that's not a problem.
But sir, what are you talking about? That's you're making a very specific example of saying if they were criminals in some other country, and then if they came
Okay.
over here, and then if they freaking tried to do this. I'm asking you what the problems are with the people that are coming over.
They're coming here illegally. That right there makes you
No,
a
but you
criminal
said it's an
officer.
issue, sir. I'm saying that if they came over here
is an
illegally,
issue.
what is the actual issue? What is the real issue?
The issue is that they're coming here illegally.
So you have absolutely no issue with them besides a civil infraction misdemeanor. So if that's the case, sir, then I would say that we should probably get a coalition together to, track down all the jaywalkers in the United States. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So you think jaywalking is this horrific crime that we should make, spend the most tax dollars that we possibly can to make sure that we stop them, right?
Well, here's the issue.
No. I am
And,
asking you a question. I don't want to hear your next issue. I'm asking you a question. Do you think that we should spend
Yeah,
literally
and this is the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Here's
Do you
the
really
answer
think
to
that we should
question.
spend billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars, literally probably trillions if we were to catch all of them, right, on stopping jaywalkers? Do you think that that is a good use of our tax dollars?
Obviously not, but then you're trying to equate that to someone coming into the country.
But they committed a civil
Now-
infraction against the law. And you said that was your selling point. You said your huge selling point was that it was against the law and it was a civil infraction, just like jaywalking is, right? So if your big hang up is that it's a civil infraction against the law, which jaywalking is, okay, then you should also keep that same energy, right?
Well, I should also point the fact that they're coming here and taking advantage of the systems we have in place. that are being
Awesome. So
put in
that's
place
your actual
by-
answer is you think that they're taking advantage of systems that we have in our place. Don't just say because it's a civil infraction, because nobody believes that. And it's a really,
Yeah,
really
of
bad argument. Nobody actually believes that a friggin' misdemeanor civil infraction should cost us trillions of dollars, right?
Of course. But
Okay.
there's so
So
like
what
I said,
systems
there's
are they
so
taking
many-
advantage of?
Dude, people come here illegally and they get loans and they start businesses while American citizens have to jump through hoops just to do that. They literally have
what?
policies in place to help.
Sir, you could go get a business loan right now. What are you talking about? Second of all, undocumented immigrants can't get business loans. They don't have paperwork to do it.
I know many that have done it.
No, well, that'd be well, then you should report them because that would be illegal. But from the bank and, from both sides, from the bank and the person, but most likely the bank. More the bank than anything else, actually.
What does the bank have to do with this?
Well, if the bank is giving a loan to somebody who is completely not legal here, has absolutely no papers, no documentation, no social security number, no tracking on how they can pay it back, isn't paying taxes on any of those loans, if the bank is doing all of those things, then that means that bank is committing a crime.
And not the person?
The person wouldn't be committing a crime by that. A
Not
person
if
is
they
totally
went and
allowed to
got
get
a
a person is
fake
totally
social-
allowed to get a loan.
So you're telling me that they're allowed to? So I should go get a fake social and a fake ID?
Well,
and
sir, hold
fake
on. You didn't
documents?
mention anything about a fake social and a fake ID, because the majority of people in the
happens all
United
the
States to
time.
get the majority of
That
the people.
happens all the time.
Yeah, but the
happens
overwhelming
all the
majority, of people that happens to is U.S. citizens, and that's a crime. And I agree that you should be prosecuted for
U.S.
that.
citizens.
Yes, U.S.
Then
citizens
how-
get more fake IDs and more fake social security numbers than undocumented migrants do.
Yeah, because there's more of us here.
No, per capita even.
So you're telling me, dude, I've met so many illegals. Now, don't get me wrong.
Sir, so now what you're trying to convince me of is that undocumented immigrants are coming up to you, telling you that they're undocumented, and then showing you that they're fake paperwork. Why would they do that?
Because they trust me.
They trust you, or it's because you're lying?
I'm not lying.
Yeah, so
I'm not
why
lying.
exactly
I've
would
met-
undocumented immigrants? So why exactly would undocumented immigrants be doing that?
Well, here's the thing.
No,
okay.
yeah. Why,
People are people. in an interpersonal level, okay, I don't judge, okay.
No,
But
no,
it
I'm
still
not. I'm not
creates a
asking if you judge. I really couldn't give a shit if you judge or not. I'm asking you why these people
You're when you're cutting me
who
off
do
as
not know
I'm
you,
answering this
who are
question.
committing a
I'm
crime,
giving
are
you
just simply
context to the
walking up to
answer.
you
I'm
to
giving
let
you
you know about that
context
crime.
to the question you just asked me. You asked me, how do I know? And I'm trying to explain that to you.
Yeah, no, I'm asking you why they would be telling you.
Why? I'm explaining that to you. Just chill. Okay?
No, just get to the point. I am chill. I just don't have all the time in the world for you to slowly get to whatever you're getting to. Just get there.
Listen, you're getting content. You're making views. Just chill.
Sir, I don't need you for content. I will hang up on you in a heartbeat, and my phone will ring 1 second later. Okay?
Yeah, I know. But
I have content for the next 2, 3, 4 hours without your existence. Okay? I don't need you at all. Do you mean me to prove that to you? Because I'll just hang up.
I mean, you can hang up all you want. It's cool. It's just
I know I can.
whatever.
So just get to the point.
Okay, but you keep cutting me off while I'm answering the question.
Can you do it quicker?
Anyways, like I said, I worked in plenty of places where these people go to work, okay? And I speak Spanish, so I have to translate a lot of the time. So I build rapport with them. They tell me how they got here. And 90% of the time, they're telling me that they had to come here, use a coyote to get here, and they owe money to that coyote.
Mm-hmm.
They've got people at home that if they don't pay that loan or the money that they owe to those coyotes, something's going to happen to their family.
Gotcha. So now it's not only are they telling you about all of their illegal acts, but you're also telling me that the company that you work for is also committing an illegal act. And you, as a member of that company, know that those people are committing a legal act within that freaking country, within that company, because they're providing fake documents, which now you know about. So now you are now part of that crime because you're translating for them. So you are now helping them commit that crime. So you're literally admitting to federal felonies right here on this live.
Nah.
No, and sir, would you mind just telling me like your name and like what company you come from? Because I think I need to report you because I mean you're literally admitting to felony crimes right here.
I don't take part, but I don't take part in all that.
Let me see. Let me take down your number real quick so I know since you're admitting to felony crimes on my live.
Whatever.
Like that's pretty important.
Look, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that
that's just super weird to just be admitting to all of this on the live.
Nah, bro. When you talk to people and they tell you stuff, that's just what happens, bro.
It's just you just commit crimes. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. I just talk to people and then it's just I commit felonies all the time.
That is not what I've said.
No, that is exactly what you said. You are literally admitting to federal felony crimes right now.
Understand what they're saying? I go and say what they're saying to them. I have not said anything about committing a crime. I just know how things work.
No, sir, you're literally saying that people at your company have fake papers, okay? Why is that notification going out right now? Have fake papers, right? They are coming here illegally with fake social security numbers, and they are working at the job, and you are translating for them to the company, in which they are telling you that they have fake papers. And that they're not supposed, and they're here illegally, and you're translating that to the company, right? And the company, it's like illegally, which is now you committing a crime because now you are letting this company know that.
I translated for them. That means when they're having trouble communicate with someone, I'm relaying the message. That's all. I'm not talking with the company to them, whatever.
All right.
So there's no. That has nothing to do with that. If I speak Spanish and someone else speaks Spanish and they don't speak English, if someone asks them a question in English, I relay the message. That's all. I don't sit there. They've just told me how they got here.
And of course showed you all of their fake social security numbers, right?
I mean, they didn't show it to me, but in few words, they basically said, oh, we got people for that. I asked, how do you do this? How do you do that?
Yeah.
How'd you get here?
Yeah. You see how the more you kept talking, the more you just dug your own little hole into your entire argument sounding completely illogical.
How does that sound illogical?
Yeah,
You don't
sir,
have
people that
conversation with
commit
them?
crimes like that don't just walk up to people and be like, hey, yeah, dude, I'm committing all these crimes, especially not right now in Trump's America or whatsoever. Second of all, even if you knew a couple people in which that was happening to, that doesn't mean that it's happening across a broad, stretch of people. When we talk about these things, we talk about the entire United States. We don't talk about the people at your job, okay? Third of all, if you're really so worried about those people that were coming in and taking jobs and using our systems incorrectly, then I feel like you would have probably reported those people for doing the exact same thing that you're talking about. But unfortunately, you're not doing that because you obviously don't think it's that necessary of a thing, which means that the correct thing that is actually happening is that none of this shit is actually fucking happening to you, and you're making it up because you heard this is happening to other people that's going on in the United States. And instead of, actually just having a real conversation, you're making this entire thing up as you go. And the more that you say the things that you're making up, the dumber it sounds because it's not actually happening to you. Because if it was actually happening to you, then your entire conversation towards the whole thing would make a lot more sense instead of sounding like somebody who's trying to make it up and trying to cover his tracks all the way through the conversation because he doesn't know what he's fucking talking about.
Bro, how do you know that? How do you know that?
All right. I'm assuming he's asking how I know that because I hit it so accurately. Like Noise sent me a $2 super chat that said, buy a new mic. And then Like Noise says, your mic keeps cutting out, and sent me a $300 super chat, I guess, to buy a new mic. So thank you. I appreciate that quite a bit. This is a brand. When did we buy this mic? Like 3 months ago? I think I bought this mic like 3 months ago. It's a Shure mic. It's y'all can look up how much this mic costs. This is an incredibly expensive microphone. But I will use this because I need to upgrade my computer, which actually might be why if my voice is cutting out, it's probably actually why. But I will use that to improve my computer system. So I will stay with the nice mic, but I do appreciate that for the new computer system. So to help with the computer system, because I am drowning in RAM right now. So I do really appreciate that. Thank you. W's in the chat for Noise Like, who says that he is a rich Republican who likes, what did he say? Sorry, I lost it a little bit. I lost what he was saying. Where'd it go? I don't know. He said something about being a rich Republican. So I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for donating to my campaign. I really appreciate that. Big W's in the chat for Noise Like. And like I said, this will go to computer upgrades. I 100% agree with that. So, all right. Well, we're gonna move this thing on and keep this thing going. If you guys if any of y'all would like to buy me any other computer parts, I appreciate the super chats. Thank you so much. Especially Noise Like. If you want to, help me, I could honestly just use a whole new PC, to be completely honest with you. All right. I can use like a whole new PC. So if we're donating to my setup because you like my stuff so much, I'm all the way down. Thank you so much. You can call me whatever name you want if you're saying $300 super chats. You can call me whatever name you want. Whatever name you want, dude. Does not matter to me at all. Have at it. Call in and call me names. I'll let you go. Hello, how are you?
Insane.
Good.
Awesome. Did you how old are you?
I'm almost 40.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
Because I support any president we have because they're putting forth like a service for our country, and it's
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 insane.
a stressful job. It's hard. You have to wake up every day, deal with world events, and I appreciated even Biden did that work too.
Yeah, but sir, like the real difference is that in the United States we have, we have the ability, we have free speech in this country, right? To be critical or non-critical of, of our presidential candidates, right?
Yeah.
So if our
Yeah.
president isn't doing things that are, good or, or right for Americans or anything like that, then we should be critical of that. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, we have freedom of speech. I mean, there was people that spoke out about sleepy
It's
Joe Biden, saying,
insane.
he didn't, put forth as much effort. Even in Obama's second term, people said Obama wasn't, doing the right thing. And, I supported Obama originally. I supported, I was too young to really be into Clinton, but I feel like, anyone who's willing to do the job and puts the service in, Trump wanted the job. He looks like he enjoys it. And
But the things
I
he's
feel
doing
like he's
aren't
doing,
good. You understand that, right?
I feel like he's doing what he believes is right and what his base voted for. Like, at least he's trying to do the things that he promised.
Like rip healthcare and food benefits away from people?
Well, that is the whole $1 trillion cut over the next 10 years. Hopefully
It's a
that's going to be weeding
$4
out,
trillion
fraud, waste,
addition
abuse,
over the
and
next
losing
10
the
years.
company.
It's a $4 trillion addition over the next 10 years, not subtraction.
I thought that Medicare was cut by $1 trillion.
Medicaid was cut.
Medicaid
Okay.
is cut over the next 10 years, right?
Right, but
By
the
$1
national
trillion.
debt is raised by $4 trillion.
So that's just the debt ceiling, just in case.
No, that is the debt ceiling was raised by like 8 or 9. The actual debt
I
added by
thought
the
the
big
debt
beautiful
ceiling
bill
was
was
like
4
4 or
trillion.
5. I thought that was the debt ceiling, because I know
No,
that
that's
the
the
military
actual debt.
increased by 150 billion
No,
or whatever.
the 4 trillion
Instead
is
of
the
that,
actual approved debt.
Okay. I mean, I've heard that there's money coming in and stuff like that as well, like investments made in America.
Yeah, what are these investments
So
that we're
maybe
talking about? What
about
investments are being
investment.
made in America?
Well, I mean, there was the Apple investment that was announced. There's the EU that agreed to buy stuff from us.
The EU
I mean,
already
I
buys
don't
stuff
know.
from us.
All right. Well, okay.
No, I'm serious. I'm asking, what are these investments that we're talking about?
I mean, I mentioned a couple, but
Oh, you just mentioned that
I-
Apple said that they're going to invest. That Apple's going to, invest $100 billion in Apple in the United States, and that doesn't surprise me. Apple wants to make money; they are a private business. Doesn't surprise me that they want to make money at all, right? But the EU announced an investment that their member states would have to approve, and their member states already said they weren't going to approve it. Japan, that Donald Trump bragged about a Japanese investment, which they said was a conditional loan. South Korea, Donald Trump said that South Korea was going to invest in the United States, but that was also a conditional loan. So where's all of this investment that's going to come from? Because Donald Trump has already added more debt in a single presidency in a single 4-year term than any president in American history, and now he just added another $4 trillion. So I'm wondering where we're going to get all this money from.
So, I feel like that's more of like the debt ceiling, and the money's going to be spent wisely rather than recklessly.
Well,
So
sir,
that maybe
again,
it'll
it's
be,
not the debt ceiling.
under budget, ahead of schedule.
Yeah, sir,
you know.
you can feel like it's the debt ceiling all you want. It doesn't make it that thing.
I feel like since the debt spiked so much under Biden because of COVID, we have to at least increase the debt ceiling a little bit, just to get the new lower interest loans. Obviously he's only been president for 7 months, and there's he's been trying a lot.
Sir, how much
He's
debt
been on the news a lot. It's
did
not
Trump
like-
add to the debt?
Well, I mean, it was, it started off as, one bill, and then, the Senate approved different things.
How
in
much
it, and,
debt did the
the
president
House voted
approve
for
in
it.
his first term? How much national debt?
I believe the debt ceiling got raised by about 5 trillion.
Not
something
the
like
debt
that.
ceiling, sir. I don't know why you are keep asking about the debt ceiling. I am not talking about the debt ceiling. I am talking about
Okay.
the approved debt under President Trump in his first term.
I couldn't tell you the exact
8
answer,
point,
but I assume
8
that,
point,
there was a
8.3 or
Medicaid
8.4
cut
trillion
and then there's
dollars.
a military increase,
8
right?
to 3, 8.3 or 8.4 trillion dollars. I can't remember which one. Which the Biden administration was like 4.6.
Okay.
So when you're
And,
saying Biden
people
added
complained
all of
when
this
Obama
debt, what are you talking
raised
about?
it by over
Trump
a
added
trillion,
all that
right?
debt.
I just feel like, eventually we have to get to the point where we're going to start paying down certain debt. We need, lower interest in the long term.
But
And,
Donald Trump is not
there's
doing
cuts
that.
need
He's
to be
adding
made,
more
there's debt that
debt,
needs to be paid back.
and government
that's why we
spending
have
is at
Federal
record
Reserve.
highs.
But ever since, like Obama, there's been record highs of, trillions of, people thought
No,
that was
there
crazy.
hasn't.
So there, I think under George W. Bush, the debt was like slightly going
We're not
down.
talking
I know
about the
under Clinton, it
debt,
was
sir.
slightly
I'm talking
going
about
down.
current government spending is at a record high.
Yeah, of course it is. It's the world we live in. It goes up every year.
No, it
I
wasn't.
feel like
It was not under Biden. No, it
Okay,
wasn't.
so during the last little bit of Biden, the government spending did start going down. You're right. But at the start of Biden, it was up a lot because of COVID.
Yeah, and it was up for Trump before COVID.
Yeah. Anyway, Polly, I love your show.
All
I
right,
feel
man.
like Trump's out there being the president.
Well, he is out there kind of doing that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a good one. All right.
All right, you too.
He is kind of doing that. All right, we're going to keep this thing going. I really appreciate that. Ogden, thank you so much for the super chats. That according to DHS and the Pew Research Center, approximately 40% of undocumented immigrants in the U.S. is due to visa overstays. Good job. Yeah, well, the 40% is actually lower than it used to be. Actually, that used to be the primary way that people actually were undocumented immigrants in this country was actually visa overstays. It was actually, I think, at like 60, 70%, which is actually lowered. But yeah, there's still a significant way that people are doing things. But, we need to crack down on those brown people coming across the southern border. Much more important. Thank you so much, Ogden. I appreciate that. Sharif, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said, I can only afford to give you $5 for a new computer. I hope it helps. It absolutely does. Every single dollar helps and keeps this, like I said, keeps the equipment upgraded, keeps the equipment ready to go. And so I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And that's very sweet. And Jonathan, thank you so much for the $200 super chat. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Huge W's in the chat for Jonathan. You know what? I'm gonna even go back. I hope you're still here. Noise like. I want another W in the chat for Noise like, and another huge W in the chat for Jonathan for the huge super chats today. We are absolutely going off the chain. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for that. That is very, very sweet. You guys are absolutely awesome. I really, really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. That is absolutely huge. That is absolutely huge. You guys are absolutely killing it today. I really, really appreciate you guys. So I might actually get that new computer soon. Who we'll see. We keep going like this, we might actually get there. Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna move on to the next caller. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Noise like, I know I gave you some shit. I hope you didn't actually leave. I figured since you're a rich Republican, you had a little bit of a thick skin. Hello, how are you? I'm doing great. Talk about microphone's not working. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you? Oh, you are still there.
Can you
His
please
audio
repeat
is effed up. Tell him that again, which is why I bought him a new microphone. Well, it's not the microphone, sir. I will say Noise like is
can you
still
hear me?
here. I just want to make sure that I still saw him. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you better.
Okay.
Awesome. So how old are you?
I'm 41.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
The reason why I support Trump is because, for one, he, during his first term, didn't get us into any new wars. Me being a veteran, I actually support that because if you've gone to war, because my job in the Army, I was a tank driver. And those who have gone to war don't want to actually go to war because it's fucking hell.
Oh, sir, I completely agree that we should be avoiding wars. What new wars did Biden put us in?
Let's see. The war that we got involved in through supplying.
No, I don't want to hear about supplying. You said, I don't want troops to have to go over to a place and die. I completely agree with you. I am 100% with you. Thank you for your service, by the way. I 100% agree with you that I do not want our troops anywhere to be, that are being, unalived or injured or coming home with PTSD. I don't want that. So can you please tell me all the places that Biden was sending our troops that they were getting, hurt and, and killed and not coming back home? I just want to hear about all those places.
First and foremost, the main stickling point I have with Biden is his debacle in Afghanistan.
Well, we can get back to that, sir. We can get back to that, sir. No. I want you to answer my question first, and then we can get to that. So please tell me all the new wars that Donald Trump got our troops in, or that Joe Biden got our new troops into, please. Thank you.
We didn't get any involved with troops per se in Ukraine. We supplied Zelensky with materials and armaments.
I'm sorry, sir. Is the correct answer to that none? Is the correct answer to that no wars?
What are you trying to get at?
Because you're saying Donald Trump didn't get us into any new wars that were hurting our troops, and I completely agree. He did not, but you know who else didn't? Joe Biden. And if you want to talk about freaking supplying Ukraine, guess who is currently supplying Ukraine? Donald Trump. So if you have a problem with Biden supplying Ukraine, then you should also not be supporting Trump because he is also supporting Ukraine currently.
I also have a question to ask you. Have you ever heard of Stefan Bandera?
Antonio Banderas? Yeah, he's pretty cool.
No, Stefan Bandera.
I don't know or care who that is. What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
Well, you should.
I do not still. Why do I care?
Zelensky, who is in control of Ukraine, is a follower of that.
Sir, Donald Trump is currently sending funds to Ukraine. He just announced today he is going to have a trilateral meeting with Ukraine like next week. He is currently supporting Ukraine.
I know that he's supplying. Great. That's because Congress is.
Nope. Congress has to have it signed off by Donald Trump, just like the funding. Just like
strings.
Well, if that's
Congress
the case, then Biden. If that's the case, then Biden also
Congress
didn't.
Controls the purse strings. Do they
Sir,
not? Or
if that's the case, then Biden also didn't send any money to Ukraine because Congress holds the purse strings.
Yes, they did. They sent billions of dollars to Ukraine.
So let me get this straight.
Congress sent billions upon billions of dollars in aid, military aid, weapons.
So let me get this straight. So when Congress does it, so when Trump does it, it's Congress who's in charge of military of funding. But when Biden does it, it's just solely Biden. So according to you,
you're twisting my words, my guy.
According to you, it's only the president when I don't like the president. But when it's not the president, okay, when it's a president I do like, then it's Congress. Got it. Okay, just making sure.
Congress, like I said, Congress is in control of the purse strings. I'm not sure if you took civics or not. You probably didn't. But Congress is in control of the purse strings.
I'm very aware of that, sir. So therefore, Congress was in charge of the purse strings in the Biden administration also.
Yes, and who controlled that? That was under Democrats.
That was both. The
Democrats
Republicans had the House.
Did they not?
Not in the House.
They had the controlling majority in the Senate.
Correct, but Republicans had control in the House. So therefore, both sides sent money.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, but who has control of both the Senate and the House right now, and the presidency?
That's the Republicans.
Right. So the Republican House is approving the funding for Ukraine, and then the Republican Senate is approving the funding for Ukraine, and then Donald Trump, also a Republican, is then signing off on that funding for Ukraine.
He doesn't have to actually sign off.
Yes,
on that.
he does.
He can veto it. No.
Oh, he could veto it. So did he veto it?
He can veto the bill. He can veto the bill, and it goes back to the Senate
But did
and
he?
the Congress, and they can pass that.
But did he veto it?
With or without his
But
approval.
did he veto it?
He did not, as far as I'm aware.
So the Republican House approved it, then the Republican Senate approved it, and then Donald Trump signed off on it.
Okay. And you are aware of that during Biden, we had military personnel who were who had to guide the drones to attack Russia, right? We actually have been involved in that war via NATO as a proxy.
Sir, please
Yes,
stop.
we have.
Okay.
Really?
You're trying to defend Trump so hard, okay, that you're actually criticizing him
without
without
to actually criticize him so hard.
No,
that-
sir, I'm literally just saying the facts, and the facts of the situation currently are that Joe Biden was funding Ukraine, and Congress and under Joe Biden was funding Ukraine, and Donald Trump is currently funding Ukraine along with the Republican House and Senate. They are both funding Ukraine. Republicans and Democrats, Biden and Trump, have both funded Ukraine. Okay, so you do not get to criticize Joe Biden for funding Ukraine because Donald Trump is also doing it. It doesn't hurt my feelings, sir. Sir, stop hollering. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all because I understand how important it is to fund Ukraine. So I'm 100% for it. So I'm actually pretty cool with Donald. I'm actually happy that Donald Trump is doing that. I think that's a great thing.
I'm not. I'm opposed to that.
Yeah, I'm 100% okay with Donald Trump. I think that that's doing a great thing that he's, supporting Ukraine.
I'm opposed to Trump supporting Ukraine, actually.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
The reason why is because, for one, like I said, the Ukrainians instigated this conflict with Russia.
No, they didn't.
Violated the Minsk Accord. They violated the Minsk Accords. Yes,
How did they violate the Minsk Accords?
They violated the Minsk Accords through Donetsk by attacking Donetsk, which is a Russian-speaking part of Ukraine.
They did not attack that. That's Russian propaganda.
Yes, they did.
Russians attacked that.
Yes, they did.
They did not.
Yes, they did.
No, they fucking
Yes,
didn't.
they
And
did.
our country.
Yes, they fucking did.
Hey, ding dong. Okay.
Listen, Dummkopf.
Okay.
I know more about the fucking military than you do.
That is
So please,
obviously a lie.
Shut the fuck up.
That is obviously a lie.
Oh, really?
I obviously know more than you. Obviously, let me guess.
I was
Army?
a tank driver.
Army?
Yes, I was in the Army.
Oh,
Yes.
Corey,
From
I knew he was one of
2010.
yours. The ones that crash out are always yours, bud. Just thought I'd let you know, Corey. The ones that crash out are always yours, wherever you're at, buddy. It's always
Oh, really?
Army. Always the ones who think that they fucking know something because they spent 4 years fucking as a fucking E3 or some shit and fucking got out of the military afterwards, think that somehow they know something about the fucking military. You didn't know shit, okay? You know goddamn
really?
fucking thing,
what's
okay?
your rank, G?
So how about shut the fuck
what's
up,
your
okay?
rank, high speed?
Stop trying to make yourself.
what's
Hey,
your
I'm
rank, high speed?
speaking, child. Did the military not teach you any discipline? Did you come to Daddy Pauly to learn some discipline?
My father was a fucking Marine, nigga.
All right. Oh, then the Marines didn't teach you shit either.
My father was a Marine, not me.
Your father was
I
a
was in the
Marine?
Army. My
Wow,
father-
you thought I
Yes.
thought your father would have actually trained you with some discipline, and that's unfortunate to know. Maybe that's why he told you to join the Army because he knew you couldn't crack it as a Marine.
Nah.
That
Personally,
actually
I have
makes a lot of
more
sense.
respect for him. I have a lot more
That
respect
actually
for
that
Marines
actually
and
makes a
also-
lot more sense. He saw how he was raising you, and he was like, "You're not gonna cut it in the Marines. You go move sandbags in the Army. That's probably a better call."
I drove tanks, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? I'm on the front fucking lines.
Mm-hmm.
Less than 2% of the population goes to the army, goes to the military.
Mm-hmm.
Less than 2% of that is combat arms.
Yeah. So whenever you're ready, sir, I can explain what I'm talking about, but you're going to have enough self-control to do this cool thing I like to call shutting the fuck up, okay?
How about you eat a bag of dicks? And for one, I don't have to fucking talk to you about anything.
You don't have to be here at all. You can leave. Won't hurt my feelings.
I know. I know. Kamala Harris lost.
I don't give a
Because
shit.
she didn't get on her knees long enough.
Wow. Maybe you can teach her sometime.
Come on, man. Nah.
I'm sure you spent plenty of time there. Anyways, we'll move on to somebody with a little bit of self-control. Y'all, make sure you guys hit that sub button. I really appreciate that. Turn on those notifications. Hit that follow button if you haven't already. We do this every day but Thursday. Tomorrow is my day off, so I won't be on tomorrow, which is unfortunate. Sad. Corey, come get your boy. Where you at, Corey? Come get your boy. Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. How old are you?
38?
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. Why is that?
Huh?
Why is that?
Why?
Yes. Why do you support Trump is the question.
I voted for him.
So you support someone just because you voted for them? That's weird.
The immigration and my 401k.
What about your 401k? The S&P 500 was hitting record highs under the Biden administration.
No.
That wasn't me
tripled
asking for your
under-
opinion. I was informing you that the S&P 500 was hitting record highs under the Biden administration. That wasn't like I'm asking for your fucking opinion.
So my 401k went up about 50,000 this year.
Did you not hear the words that I just said to you?
Can I tell you some words?
Can you listen to some words?
Sure.
Awesome. The S&P 500 hit like freaking 15 record highs under the Biden administration. So therefore, if you had a 401k, it did incredibly well under the Biden administration.
I didn't. But okay.
Oh, well, then you either A, can't spell 401k, B, need to invest in a completely different way, okay? Because you literally could have put your money in a 401k and fallen asleep and probably tripled your money under the Biden administration.
Okay, no. So what's up?
You came up here.
I did. So tell me why I shouldn't vote for Trump.
You already did vote for Trump. I can't tell you how to go back in time. Someone said, don't drink the bong water. Y'all are wild. We're going to move on to the next caller. I really appreciate that. Felicia, thank you so much for the paid sub on TikTok. I really appreciate that. If you guys would like to support the live, I do have super chats open. We've had some great super chats today. I really appreciate the donations and support today. You guys have been absolutely crazy, insanely cool today. And I really, really appreciate that, as I am trying to do some upgrades on my computer right now. So it is so beneficial. So I really, really appreciate that. Also, please consider becoming a member or a paid sub. We have like 8 more to hit the goal over on TT and YT. I think we just hit 120 last night, which is like super cool. Make sure you're joining the team if you like the lives like this. But more importantly, make sure you hit that sub button. I appreciate that. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I got a quick question for you.
Awesome. What's that?
Why did Biden look at his watch whenever the 13 soldiers were coming off that plane?
Probably to check the time. Do you have
No,
another
it was a
reason?
small
I mean, personally, like that's why
No,
I check my watch.
There's multiple
Why do you
reasons.
normally check your watch?
I don't actually use my watch. I use my phone. But at the end of
Oh.
the day, I don't keep my hat on when they're bringing dead soldiers back that he got killed.
Yeah, that's funny because Donald Trump didn't even
When
bother to
he
show
refused
up.
to stay there and fight.
You do realize that of the 63 soldiers that came back from Afghanistan unalived under the Trump administration, he didn't show up to a single one of those?
You also realize that.
No, I
under
asked
the
you a
Biden
question, sir. I didn't ask
administration-
you to ask me another question. I asked you.
I'm not going to answer your questions after what
Okay,
I just
awesome.
heard about 13
Do you also
times.
know where that watch came from?
No, I really don't give a shit because at the end of the day, you
Well,
don't
it
look
was
at
his
your watch and
dead-
keep your
it was
hat on
his
when they're
dead
bringing 13
so- it
dead
was his-
soldiers out that you got killed
it was
because
his-
you refused to
It was his
stand there and fight.
sir. It was his dead.
Also, what about
Sir,
the,
I will hang up on
deployment he
you.
left there?
Sir, you can either be quiet or I'm gonna hang up
You
on
can
you.
hang up on me, but I'm going to explain to you why did he leave.
All right, well then I will hang up on you. It was his dead son's watch, who was a soldier, which is what I was gonna get out, and I wasn't gonna let you sit there and try to talk over me because you're not worth it. So, hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 49. I'll be 49.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome. Can you do me a favor and turn off the background where you have me playing because I don't want to hear my voice the whole time?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, got it.
So why do you support Trump?
First I want to tell you that when Obama came in, I voted for him. I thought it was a cool dude.
Do not care, sir. Why do you support Trump?
I support Trump because I lived in California and it just became a hellhole.
So
And the
you voted for
sanctuary
Donald
cities,
Trump
like-
because you live in a state that's ran by Democrats and you don't like the way the Democrats in that state run their state. That doesn't even make any sense.
Well, no, I'm just saying that it appeared that this isn't Googleable. It's just a matter of when he campaigned, it seemed like he was going to make changes to help these. I'm from New York. I visited it. Very dangerous in California.
Actually,
I
crime
don't,
rates in New York went down, I think, every single year under the Biden administration in New York.
Well, if you walk in Midtown and you get stabbed in the chest and there's migrants everywhere and you could buy a Social Security card anywhere, my Social Security card got
Yeah, do you know what a
jacked by
crime
migrant.
rate is, sir?
I'm not doing the statistics with you. I'm just doing.
Well,
the
looks like
deal.
you're not doing statistics at all. So if you're saying if you walk down Midtown and you could get stabbed, what I'm saying is that you are less likely to get stabbed under the Biden administration than you were under the Trump administration because the crime rates were lower. So I'm not advocating for you being, I'm not advocating for most people to be stabbed. I'm saying that the crime rates of that happening were lower under the Biden administration.
Can you explain defund the police? by
Yes,
Kamala?
very easily. Can you respond to what I said?
The meaning just statistics and we're not sure about that because I don't know your sources. You're just, telling me your sources, but other people that live in these places, I'm just telling you, you could be right, but I'm telling you, if you live for 5 years, past 8 years since a lot of unfortunate things happen with Black Lives Matter in California, New York, and you're a white person, you're walking down the street, they're just smacking the shit out of you and they're doing the same.
That's not happening.
Oh yeah, dude, come on.
Nope,
mean,
that's
I
just unequivocally
dude, I
not
just bought you
happening,
a
and
new-
you're a fucking liar.
I'm not lying. I wouldn't lie to you. I just bought you a new microphone, dude. I support you.
Oh, you're
too,
noise like?
because I'm a Repub. That's me, and
You're the
support
rich.
you.
So you're so rich that you're just getting
I
slapped
am,
by
and
black
you know
people
what, when I
just
said-
walking down the street.
when-
You're just walking
when
down
I
the
said-
street.
hold on.
You're just walking down
When
the
I sent you
street.
a computer-
You know, maybe
when I
you
sent
know what?
you a
I bet if you gave those
What if
black
I-
dudes $300, they wouldn't slap you.
No, I don't need to do that. I'm like 6'4". I grew up in the Bronx, bro. Listen to me. What would you do
Sir,
if I send you a computer funded by a Trump supporter? You got a brand new one.
Sir, I
How
have
about
tons
that,
of Trump
dude?
supporter
That's it.
fans, fans and supporters. I would really appreciate
I'm
it,
a fan.
but But
I'm a fan.
but sir, that's not special to me, okay? When we're talking about things, I'm going to go from a place of facts, and whether you spend if you send me $3, $300, or $3,000, it's not going to change the facts, man.
It's insane.
I don't want to take up your time because I'm boring, but just listen.
No, you're not. I'm actually having kind of fun with you, but to be honest with you,
I feel like Obama divided us, and I feel like the campaign that Kamala and them were doing. I'm a white dude, but all my friends are black, and I feel like it divided us, man. I don't like white people. I like black people better because they're just cooler.
Well, that
right?
I'll agree with you
so
on.
I just feel like Obama, like there was a division he was trying to do, and Kamala, it was like an extension of it.
All right, what was her division? What was her divisive stance?
I just feel like anything she promoted came or was an extension of Obama.
But how was it divisive,
right? So,
sir? That's what I asked you. How was it divisive?
Not divisive. It divided the country among race. Like you go into a smoke shop and the guy's like, man, my Arab friend owns a smoke shop. He's like, everything is about race now. And I hate that.
Sir,
it hurts
I
my heart,
asked
brother.
you how she's divisive, which literally means how did it divide us?
I just feel like, look, they were pushing. A lot of people are against DEI. I understand the plight of the black man. That I don't understand it fully because I am not a black man. But from the DEI, the woke agenda, the identity politics, just the way that the Republicans pitched it, they lied so much. I'm going to defend the Democrats. They lied so much that it made all the Republicans believe that their sons and daughters were going to have, the son was going to have a girl playing against them, and the whole transvestites playing against, and there's going to be them in bathrooms. All the redneck white people started to believe the bullshit. So,
but you believe the bullshit.
I don't really believe the bullshit. I just believe that, in another aspect, I just feel like, and I'll leave on this one. If one girl gets hit in the head by a spiked volleyball and she gets hurt, that's just one too many. And if one girl like Lincoln Riley gets raped, right?
Guess what?
One too many. It's one too many for me.
Sir, what's stopping my daughter? She's going to put me in the fucking hospital. Okay? Regardless, okay, of how she was born or what gender assignment that she was given at her birth or what gender assignment she chooses, she's going to put me in the hospital and she's going to beat the living brakes off of me. And if I wake up, okay, I'm done. Okay, there are tons of different genetic advantages that can happen within people in which that can hurt people, and that's just the thing that we take for sports. Okay, but okay, saying that we're going to ostracize an entire group of people because of a certain amount of people that are in there that that give a genetic advantage that you believe that they have is just incorrect. You were duped, bro. You were duped.
I'm not. Because, listen, I have
duped.
an employee. I have an employee. I paid for his transition. I support him. I support him wanting to be what he wants to be. But if he's going to say he wants to box my niece, I'm going to say no.
Is your niece a boxer?
She's a boxer, and I just.
You should probably let her. She'd probably whoop the shit out of him. I think you don't have enough faith in your niece.
Look, I don't have room in my heart to hate either side.
I think your niece would probably whoop the shit out of her.
Possibly, but I just wanted to.
By the way, don't use transvestite. That's very offensive. Okay.
What's better?
Huh? Transgender.
What's the other? What? Transgender. Right. I'm from New York, so it's like
I don't give a shit where you're from. It costs.
You give a shit. Stop saying that.
It gives zero. It gives zero effort to just be polite to people. It takes zero effort. You use a term which is incorrect. Okay to use, and I am just correcting you. Don't get offensive and try to talk about where you're from. Just say my bad. I won't use that again. That's a lot better.
I wish all Americans grew up in New York on the subway because it was a melting pot. People are so divided, and I just dislike it, and that's why I support you because you have tenacity. And I would just say I'm an older guy, and maybe you could one day, I don't know if you have the aspiration to be a politician, but I think it's something that would suit you. But you keep cursing at these people, dude. You keep cursing at them. So,
and I'm not going to stop either.
I know you're not. It's fun. You're a fun person. I support you, and I'll continue to support you. But just know, I like Trump. So if you get a computer, it's going to be a Trump-funded computer. What you going
Bro,
to do?
I hope Trump
What you gonna-
funds my entire brand new computer. What are you talking about? Like,
insane.
dude, it would be so much better for me that Trump funds my entire computer, and then I can say, hey, like, I'll tell all of my like Democrats, I'm like, go support your favorite midterm candidate instead of supporting me because Trump already paid for my computer. That would be great. I'll take every dollar that a Democrat sends me, and I will send it to I will send it to freaking support midterm candidates in the Democratic Party since Trump decided to buy my computer. That's exactly what I'll do. You buy my computer, I will literally take that amount of money and donate it directly to my favorite midterm
just
candidate. How about that?
But when you figure out what the computer is, put it in the chat or just mention it, and we'll see what we can do over here.
All right, sounds good, man.
I support you, though. I support you.
I do appreciate the
God bless
support.
you.
Okay.
And I really hope you run for a political office, brother. Okay.
All right. Well, maybe I will one day. I appreciate that. You have a good one, right, man?
I hope so, man. You too.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye. All right. Dude, I'm just saying, you buy me a brand new computer. There's a Democratic candidate who's gonna get a nice chunk of cash. All right. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna start. You guys just be any super chats I'll get. I'll be like, here. I don't even know who the best one is. It won't be my district. My district is not up for contention. Yeah, sorry, I do hate that shit. Like, don't tell me that you're from New York and like say that's a claim to be like hateful to people. It doesn't work. Okay? It just doesn't work. I'm sorry. Tobin, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Said Hell's Cape Cali is a literal paradise. This guy's full of craps on so many levels. Yeah, I grew up there. It's a great fucking place. 100% Tobin. And he said, this guy is giving me a I'm not racist, but I have black friends vibe. He was getting a little tokeny. I thought I cut that off pretty quick, but maybe I didn't. If I didn't do it quick enough, my bad. I apologize. I tried to get to the tokeny part really quick, but I might have missed it. My bad. Patrick said, is this noise like the comments match? Yeah, that's who that was. That was noise like. Apparently, like his comments look exactly the same as that, so it makes sense. 100%. And Stan said, it only took 2 minutes for him to bring up his black friends. I knew it was coming. Yeah, the tokenization shit is absolutely wild. The tokenization shit is absolutely wild. I truly don't need to hear about your black friends or like all that sort of stuff. Like, if you support your black friends, support candidates that support your black friends. Okay? It's just that simple. All right. Yeah. Oh, and sorry, someone just put a comment in there that says, I voted for Obama. That always comes up too. Yep. I do not care that you voted for Obama. I'm just letting you guys know, anybody who's even thinking about coming up here and like coming, like trying to like talk to me or whatever, if you're trying to qualify yourself to me by saying you voted for Obama, it's not going to work for me, dude. It's really, really not. I do not care. Okay. We are in now's situation. Obama hasn't been president in like 9 fucking years now. Okay. We're over it. And Jonathan, thank you so much for the $100 super chat. I think most of us are past race. Of course, there is exceptions. I don't agree that we're past race, Jonathan. I think that there's okay, how do I put this? And Jonathan, thank you so much for the $100 super chat. I am honestly going to try to answer you truthfully and from the heart when I say this, okay?
It's insane.
Truthfully and from the heart. Okay? I think that white people want us to be past race. Okay? But we're not. Okay? The racist things that are happening that are systemic that are within the United States are still fucking happening. Okay? No, we're not in slavery anymore. I hear that all the time. No, we're not in Jim Crow anymore. Yes, I get that. Okay? But the systemic racism is still there. The racial gerrymandering, the redlining, like the unfair housing practices, all of these things are still affecting black people right now in this country. Okay, and we still see certain things like like hiring practices in which people that have black sounding names are hired less likely, right? Right? We still see people, that are prominent creators on some of these apps that I'm on right now. Okay? That are very, very big into white supremacy, and they are supported by a mass amount of people across this country. I would when we talk about things, remember that girl, and I don't know if you guys saw it. I did a video on it. I know it's on my TT. I think it's on my YouTube also. I'm not sure. But about that girl who was literally just yelling racial slurs at someone in a park with her kid. And made like $50,000 in like 48 hours or some shit just by yelling racial slurs at a kid, supported by YT supremacy in this country. Okay. I would like us to be past race in this country. That would be great. Okay. But we don't get past race in this country by ignoring it, right? We get past race in this country by identifying it and then working to counteract it, right? When black people in this country stand up for what's right, and more importantly than that, when white people in this fucking country stand up for their black friends, right? And not only are not racist, but are intentionally anti-racist, right? Intentionally call out the people around them that are being racist, right? And that's all levels of racism, not just calling someone the N-word at a 7-Eleven or some shit, right? Right? Like purposely being anti-racist and counteracting the racist things that are happening systemically with our nation. When that happens, that's how we get past race, right? That's how we get past race, okay? By being those fucking people that want to push past that, right? Like that are willing to check their friends and check their loved ones when they are when they are being out of pocket, right? Right? Just like with Noise Like, right? Where I just checked him. And not that, like he's my friend or anything like that, but I just checked him. He used terms that were incorrect, that were hurtful to other people. And I'm going to check people like that 100% of the time. Does everyone check them? Does everybody check everybody? Are we doing that? No, and that's why we still live in the situation that we're in. So, Jonathan, like I said, I really, 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 really do appreciate the super chat, and this was not even me talking down like what to you at all. This is me giving just my honest and true fucking feelings towards the situation. My daughter will grow up as a brown child in this country. She will grow up with less racism than I grew up with, hopefully, right? And I am growing up with less racism than my parents had, and especially less than my grandparents had, right? But we have to keep fighting forward and pushing forward and pushing forward and pushing forward and pushing forward. That way, every generation is a little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less. So we get to the point where we can be truly past it. Like truly past it. I know, I just soapbox like a motherfucker right there. My bad. What does Zeus say? W Polly. W's Polly. W's Polly. We ain't done fighting yet. But Jonathan, I really do. I like people like you that support lives like this, that support black creators like this, who truly are here to do and really honestly believe that. It is people like you and a lot of people that are in these chats and in these spaces or whatever, whether you're white, black, or all this sort of stuff, you guys actually give a shit, right? That you guys actually care enough to be a part of things like this. It is really what's going to push it forward and move things forward like this. And I truly, honestly, truly believe that. I truly believe that. All right, I'll get off my soapbox. I'm sorry. Mystic, thank you so much for the super chat. Said humans are all colors. Absolutely 100%. Tim Mick says, hey man, this is super entertaining. Much love from Buffalo, New York. That's where my mom's from. My mom's from Buffalo, New York. So that's really awesome. Hell yeah, freaking love the love from Buffalo. Good shit. Good shit. Thank you so much, Tim. I really appreciate that. And Ali says he feels money is the only way someone can be not hateful, yet his rhetoric is the same as the far-right white supremacy. He said white kids are getting slapped randomly. Does he know his sundown town still exists? Lynching still happens. 100%. 100%. And I would like to address this also. Sorry, I'm going to soapbox just a little bit more. I know I already soapboxed. I know I soapboxed a little bit. Okay. But you are 100% correct, Ali, when you say that, right? Noise like was sitting there talking about how, he paid for somebody's transition, and that is a great thing. Okay? I think that's awesome. Okay? But when you do that and then also, right, use language that is hurtful, use rhetoric that is hurtful to people, use like contend for policy that is against people, right? Like that transgender people and people of the LGBTQ community in this country, right? It's kind of speaking out of both sides of your mouth, right? It's you know what it's like? It's like those absent dads who spend like a shit ton of money on Christmas. Right? It's like those absent dads who spend like all that money on Christmas, right? Who want to buy the love of their kids, right? Through presents. Like, oh, look, I got you the Xbox. I really care about you. I'll see you at your birthday. Right? Money doesn't buy you those things, right? Money doesn't buy you love from your loved ones, right? Money can be a part of it, right? Money can be a part of it, all right? But you have to be present. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not present, then you're not helping. That every kid who ever had a dad, I bet you this, every kid who ever had a dad who just came and bought the Xbox would much rather have loved to have their dad there, right? Would much rather have just had their dad there, you know. So that's the way I see it. Okay. But you're right. All of those things are still happening, and I really appreciate that, Ollie. Thank you so much. Sorry. I'll try not to freaking to soapbox anymore. Tatted Tech said Wawa is better than Buc-ee's. Fight me. PC part picker will give you a good start on best pricing. Yes. I do have some parts for this one coming just to get me over for a little bit longer, but I do need a new computer like really, really bad. So I do really appreciate that. But yeah, I got a new CPU coming on Sunday and some more RAM coming tomorrow. So hopefully I can get this thing at least limping a little bit further until I can get a new one. But I really appreciate that. Also, we can take this outside when it comes to Buc-ee's, all right? I will fight you right fucking now. All right, Tatted? We will go right fucking now. You want to talk on Buc-ee's? Phone lines are open, by the way. You want to talk on Buc-ee's? We can go right now, yo. We can take this outside. I'm repping in this house, okay? Let's do this. We'll take this shit right now. Bro, the jerky alone beats Wawa. What are you even talking about, bro? We haven't even gotten to the brisket. Hi, how are you? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how are you? All right, goodbye. Move on to the next person. White as hell? Dude, if it comes to Buc-ee's, I might be a little bit, okay? I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. We'll go ham over some Buc-ee's shit, dude. I take way too many road trips to friggin' not be loving my Buc-ee's, bro. Hello, how are you?
I am fantastic, okay?
All right. What is going on over here? We'll see if we can get another debate or a little call over here. Conversation. Hello, how are you?
how's it going?
It's going well. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I'll be honest, I did.
You did or you didn't?
I did, and now I don't.
Oh, well, that's pretty smart.
Yeah, well, I feel kind of fool, I'll be honest. I did vote for him the first time around. Didn't quite agree fully with everything he did, but he was like the lesser evil of the two, I have to say.
No, he wasn't. But you don't support him now, right?
Nah.
All right, good call. Well, I'm going to move on to the next person because if you don't support him, you're already doing great. I actually didn't hear how old he was. Not going to lie to you. I hadn't paid attention that much. All right, we'll see if we can get this thing going. So I soapbox too long. I saw my viewership go down across the board, but I don't care. I wanted a soapbox. This is my live. And if my viewership goes down a little bit, because I'm soapboxing, then that is just an advantage I get for it being my live. Surely. It's a really cool thing I get where I just get to soapbox if I want. I don't. If my viewership goes down because of it, that's fine. No big deal. Why is this not opening? I was trying to see who I had over here. Who are you? Let's see. I got a guest over here. Okay. Hello?
What's up?
Hi, how old are you?
46.
Awesome. You support Trump?
Absolutely.
Why is that?
All right. Just start off with, I can tell that I want to compliment you on. You seem like you're a good family man. Stuff, everything like that. I didn't hear everything, but I assume you have children, right?
I do.
All right. So, if you don't mind me asking you, quick question. So, let's just say you and your daughter happen to go. You know what I'm saying? Your daughter goes in the bathroom and she goes in there, and a man's in there. Are you okay with that?
I believe in gender neutral bathrooms, so I don't really care who's in there.
So you wouldn't have a problem with your daughter being in there with a man?
Why do I care who's shitting next to my daughter?
All right.
No, truly. Why do I care? That's what I asked you that question. Why do I care?
Well, it would bother me.
Why?
Because I have a daughter and I also have two
So do I.
grandchildren.
Why would it bother
that a man is in the bathroom with my daughter, a man that I don't know? So
Why?
Absolutely, yes. That's why, because it's not appropriate.
Why is it not appropriate?
Because it a grown man that you don't know shouldn't be in there with a child that they don't know that are different genders. It confuses the younger of the two.
Why does it confuse them?
Because they don't understand why they have to share a bathroom with a different sex.
Then explain it to them.
So you would be okay saying everybody should just use the same bathroom? So that's okay. Well, I'm confused because you said gender neutral bathroom. So you believe that there should just be one bathroom? Okay, that's cool.
But again, my question is, what's the problem?
All right. Well, the problem with that is personal belief.
So it's your personal belief. So there actually is no issue with it. You just have a belief, and that's totally fine. I don't try to, I don't try to make. You can have your beliefs all you want. That's totally fine.
As a parent, in a neutral bathroom, you're taking away my right.
No, because again, by you not having gender neutral bathrooms, then you're taking. Okay, then awesome. Then by not having gender neutral bathrooms, you're taking away my right.
So yours is more important than ours. Is that what you're saying?
Well, if you're going to make your rights as a as a part of it, then my rights are a part of it too.
All right. So the compromise would be segregated bathrooms, correct? So that you could do yours.
Sure, that's fine.
I can have mine. Okay, absolutely. So you promote segregation, yes or no?
Segregated bathrms?
Well, that's what it
is. As in, you mean one
one
person per bathroom? Yes.
No, as in this bathroom, both sexes or 15 different genders or whatever it is in this bathroom, and then this one over here. Well, you'd actually have to have three. You'd have to have the male, the female, and then yours.
No, just there's one person in each bathroom. How about that?
One person in each bathroom. So
yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Pretty simple.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. So
See, because here's the thing, sir.
No, I understand what you're saying.
No, and I understand what you're saying, and that's why I want to make sure that we're correct here.
We'll agree to disagree on that because we both have personal beliefs.
Yeah, sir. No, I have a question for you.
You know what I mean? Because
no, hold on, sir. I'm trying to ask you a question. I don't know why you keep trying to cut me off. Do you just hate questions?
It's not that I hate questions.
Okay, awesome. So I'm trying to ask you a question, sir. So if you have a bathroom with like a whole bunch of stalls across it, like say there's a bathroom with like 10 stalls, who's going to be in charge of seeing which genitals belong to which person in which stall?
Well, that's the reason why you have gender bathrooms. So it's not an issue.
No,
because the outside of it has something that signifies a biological woman and a biological man. See, when you have neutral gender bathrooms,
so you think signs are stopping people?
You're taking away the rights of people.
So you think signs are stopping people?
No, I believe that people are stopping people.
Well, people aren't stopping people because it happens every day. Honestly, your grandkids probably are in bathrooms with people who are transgender, and you guys have no idea about it because you guys couldn't tell the difference between a transgender person and a non-transgender person, and they're in there with the different genitalia in that bathroom in those stalls, and it's happening all the time, but you just don't care because you can't tell the difference whatsoever regardless, right?
Okay.
Or you aren't paying attention enough for you to do that whatsoever. So the only way to truly check that is to do a genitalia check as soon as you go into the bathroom, and I was just wondering who was doing that.
Oh, my Lord. Anyway, like I said before, we'll agree to disagree on that. Hey, okay, I'm a veteran, and I will tell you my experience underneath the Biden administration when I was younger. Not Biden, but Obama, but Biden was the vice president at that time. But Obama cut funding to the military when my unit we needed, and yes, it was Obama that cut that funding.
All right, awesome. Do you have proof of that?
Absolutely.
Sure, what's that?
100%. Because I was enlisted at that time. I knew exactly where it came from. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
no, sir, you're just saying that you were enlisted. No, sir, you're just...
When my father has to pay,
hold on, sir.
Pay for the U.S. military.
Listen, sir, if you would listen, it would be a lot easier for you to freaking respond. Okay? I'm not asking whether or not you had...
Please enlighten me about your military background.
Well, I would, but it's really not important to this conversation. But what I said was,
so
I'm not...
military.
Sir, if you don't let me finish my sentence, I will hang up on your ass like so fucking fast.
Well, hang up. It's your live.
Okay, I will then. If that's really what you want. I'm trying to have a conversation with you like you're an adult. I thought you were at least going to pretend to act like one.
Look.
No, you don't look. You quiet.
Look,
I'm not asking whether or not you had...
You're not going to sit here and tell me what I don't... right? And then you're not willing to elaborate on your military side.
All right. Well, I'll just move on with him then. That's fine. I was trying to ask you a very simple question. I was going to say, sir, I don't know whether or not you had your gear or not. That's a personal conversation that you had, and I don't have a reason to believe you or not believe you. My question was just going to be like, how do you know Obama did it? Because there's been plenty of times when military members haven't had the correct gear that they need under all sorts of fucking presidents. And a lot of times it's because of supply chain issues or problems within the leadership of the military. And it has nothing to do with who the president of the United States is. So I was just simply going to ask you how you knew it was Obama. But apparently you didn't want that question. I guess any questioning of anything that you believe would just be, would be too difficult for you. Hello, how are you? How old did that guy say he was? Yo, make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you guys are freaking turning on those notifications, hitting that follow button. We are doing it really big today. I really, really appreciate you. 9. All right. That makes sense. Just trying to figure out if he was actually within retirement age under that. But yeah, he would have been. That makes sense. If you guys would like to become subs, I only need like 10 more subs on TikTok to freaking be to hit my goal over here. So if any type would like to sub or gift subs, that's really awesome. And we are working up our members over on YT also. So if you'd like to become a member, we are doing things big over here. So join the team, have some fun. Support freaking your local creator for less than 50 cents a day. You can support a creator like me. In the
Hello?
arms of an angel. Anyways, hi, how old are you?
I'm 33.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I do not support him. No, I don't think he should be in White House. I don't think any of them should be in White House if they're just going to screw up the country the way they've already messed it up enough.
Well, I also believe Donald Trump shouldn't be in office, but I am only looking for Trump supporters right now. But I really appreciate you coming up. All right, we're gonna keep that thing going. Y'all, if you guys like don't support Trump, don't call in because then tatted tech, holy shit. Yeah, if you're oh no, that's the wrong person. Hold on. If you're considering becoming a member or a paid sub, just look at tatted text message. All right. Tatted Tech, no joke, 5'3" before they became a member. 5'3". Prove that I'm lying. Prove that I'm lying.
Niggers!
Beanie, thank you so much for the sub. Hello, how are you?
Fucking liberal, dude.
Hello, how are you?
Doing good. Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
30.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
I think the economy's been doing pretty well. We had a budget surplus of $57 billion, and you know he's looking at paying more into debt while also looking at stimulus checks for everyone. He's also getting rid of Medicaid fraud. So in that way, people that are 18 and older, if they're able to work, they should go to work and they should have to participate in paying into like the health insurance system.
Yeah, so really quick,
also,
let's just address those two things first. One, first of all, that budget surplus, do you know why we had a budget surplus in that month?
Because it was the tariff revenue that we brought in for increasing tariffs on other countries.
It was actually because the first of the month fell on a weekend, and so we paid off all of our, all the paycheck stuff for the government prior to that month starting. And so it was just that we paid it early and then late. It didn't surplus at all. We actually had a $350 billion deficit prior to that month, and I think that surplus was 27, and that was just because we paid the amount of money for that month in different months.
And when the tariffs got enacted, the tariff income that came in, we had a surplus, and that's why we were able to pay those interest payments off.
If that was the case, sir, if that was the case, then we would have also had a surplus the following month because the tariffs, we had even more tariff revenue the following month, and we didn't have a surplus that month. So therefore, if we were having a surplus because of tariffs, then we would have continued to have a surplus the next month, and it didn't happen.
That's not entirely true. Again, markets can change every month. That's like saying Walmart can make $5 million consistently every month. It's just not true.
Your surplus has nothing to do with the market, sir.
You have an increase in prices or a reduction in prices.
Your surplus has nothing to do with the market.
More or less.
Yeah. Your surplus has nothing to do with the market. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, no, what you said was completely wrong, but I mean, we can agree.
What does the market have to do with a surplus?
The budget surplus that we got from tariff revenue, right? So money that other countries and other companies have to pay, right, to sell their goods here in America, that's considered that. I guess you could consider that as a market because that's a buy and sell of goods.
Awesome. So
and
who pays
growth?
Who pays tariffs?
Other countries and other companies that bring their product from, let's say, China to America, right? They have to pay that tax to bring that item into the United States. That's how tariff revenue works. I worked in the banking industry for a long time, so I kind of know what I'm talking about when it comes to this.
Well, obviously you don't, because anyone who's taken even a civics 101 or an economics 101 class,
I do, and I've been in college, so don't worry about that.
Then you should go get your money back. Okay.
No, because should they failed you. Get a better education.
Because, sir, you could look up who pays a tariff on your phone.
Yeah, other countries, right, that bring in their product. If you want to bring, let's say, your car into the United States, right? And
Sir, you are pretty much muted and no one can hear you. So whenever you're ready to be done talking, then we can continue on with this conversation.
I mean, you just completely
Sir,
lied about how
be
tariff revenue works.
fucking quiet.
Well, you're the one who's kind of yelling first. I'm the one who's explaining how tariff revenue
No,
works.
you're just yelling. Okay? Be
I'm
quiet.
not yelling. I haven't once yelled, no.
Sir, be quiet.
Oh my gosh, is this how you want to treat people that give you
No, just petulant
some basic
children.
knowledge?
Just petulant children.
Children.
And when you want to
that's
start
great.
acting like an
I'm
adult,
pretty
then I'll start treating
I'm
you.
pretty sure I'm older than you, but
How old are you?
okay. None of your business.
How old are you?
None of your business.
Well, you've already
none of your
answered,
concern.
sir.
I'm over the age of 21. That's all
you've
you
already
need to know.
answered the question. I'm just asking you again. 30. He said he was 30. He said 33. Okay. 30. You're either 30 or 33. So you've already answered the question. So I don't know why you're having such a hard time
So
answering
if I already
it again.
answered, then you should have already known the answer.
Well, no,
to
because
it.
I wasn't paying that much attention to your age. I heard it was over the age of 18. I don't care. By the way, I am older than you and obviously smarter. Okay? So how about you just
then
be
you
quiet
did not
really
get
quick?
a good education.
Yeah, apparently a better one than you did because importers pay tariffs.
No, no.
Yes, importers pay tariffs. That is who the tariff is. It is a tax on the importers of foreign goods. So therefore,
So they are,
Americans
exactly bringing a good and paying that tax to bring in that
but
good.
the American citizen that is importing that good is the person that pays that tariff, not the foreign countries, not the foreign countries' companies, not any of them. It is the U.S. importer who is paying that tariff. So when you're bragging about us making more money, the government making more money off of tariffs, what you're really bragging about is Donald Trump raising taxes on Americans. Congratulations.
He's not raising taxes on Americans.
He
actually
is,
signed
because that's what a
one
tariff
big beautiful bill that kept the tax cuts continuing instead of returning back to the
Sir,
old
the
numbers,
tariff
which would have increased the tax burden
is
on
a
the
tax.
consumer.
Sir, the tariff is a tax on the U.S. citizens.
It's insane.
I mean, do you just want to keep spitting fake facts, or
All right, sir.
or do
If you really
wanna
need, I'll just put it up on the
actually-
screen. Who pays a tariff? We'll just Google it real quick. See what pops up. Okay, I'm curious. I've never actually had to Google this. Usually, I talk to people who are a little smarter. So put it this way. A company like Walmart imports shoes from Vietnam. The company, we owe a tariff to the U.S. government on those shoes. However, the economic burden of tariff is also spread across freaking multiple industries, entities, including importing businesses, foreign businesses, and consumers. But the tariff is paid by the importer.
Look, so the way I look at it is like this, right? It's not a tax on the end user, right? Because again, that business can, if they really want to, they can increase the amount of, to recoup for that cost. But here's the thing, most businesses don't do that because they would lose consumers.
Sir, none of that has to do with the fact that the importer pays the tariffs. If we can't get past the simple part of the importer pays the tariff, then I really don't have too much of an argument for the rest of it because we can't even get past.
The consumer pays the tariff.
No, I'm
but
not.
That would be impossible.
No, I'm
because
not.
You would lose consumers.
No, I am not.
Yes, you just said that.
No, I said the importer pays the tariff. I then said that the entities.
You said the consumer pays the tax.
If you can't literally comprehend any of this, I don't know how you graduated middle school. Okay.
I'm surprised you even have this program with these people.
Sir,
probably
I'm going to repeat this.
That your education is so low.
Sir, I am going to repeat this one more time. If you can't figure it out, then I don't know what to fucking tell you.
If you can't figure out a fact, then yeah, I guess your education is below par.
2, 1.
What's the 3, 2, 1
I am
going
now
to do?
going to complete my sentence. If you interrupt me, I'm hanging up the phone.
I mean, please do. You can go.
All right, cool. Easy stuff, dude. Apparently, I work in the banking industry and I fucking know how tariffs work, and you literally don't know the minimum part about tariffs. Like the lowest side of tariffs. Anyways, the first thing that I was trying to put up on the screen earlier, and I need to... Welding Beaver, thank you so much for the super chat. Can you call in? Sure, I don't really care. But I want to put this on the screen real quick. This is from factcheck.org. And it says, in the most recent monthly budget review, the CBO said the federal government spending was lower than it would have been in June because the government made billions of dollars in payments in May that were due on June 1st, a Sunday. The Treasury said that some payments for active duty military, veteran, supplemental security income, and Medicare were moved to May because June 1st, the normal pay date, was a non-business day. So, literally, the only reason that there was a freaking surplus in June is because a whole bunch of the payments from June were just paid in May. Well, that was difficult. The Welding Beaver, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate that. Tara, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs on TT. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We had another one too. Oh, yeah, we had Beanie, we had Stephanie's sub over there, and we had the 5 gifted from Tara over there. We are on a sub wave. We need 2 more to hit that, and I think 4 more to hit my goal for the day. I think it's 2 more for the hit the subway and 4 more for the end of the day. That's really, really awesome. If you guys would like support, I do have super chats open, members and paid subs and all the fun stuff going on. So if you'd like to be part of it, I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. It really means a lot to me. We are going to move on to the next caller. I really appreciate that. It's insane. Thank you so much, Tara. Big W's to chat for Tara. I really appreciate that. And Justin, thank you so much for the $1 super chat. I really, really appreciate that also. I really, really appreciate that. All right. I know Tara's absolutely wrecking it with the subs. Y'all are getting so many subs. Yeah. Oh no, Tara's wrecking it with subs. She is freaking making y'all some part of the team. I'm loving that so much. You guys are freaking awesome. I really appreciate y'all. All right, we're gonna open up these phone lines. Keep this thing going. $666 viewers at the moment over there. Oh, hell yeah. Hail Satan. Hell yeah. Hail Satan. Hello. How are you?
What's up?
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Dat Mellow one. I'm sorry there isn't one over there. I am working on that. I apologize. I'm sorry. I really need to work on that. Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I voted for Trump. I wouldn't consider myself MAGA, but I
do you currently support Trump?
The 2 choices we had. Sorry?
Do you currently support Trump?
Yes, I support our president.
All right, why?
I don't know, multiple issues. I would say he was probably more pro-life than the other president. I thought immigration was extremely out of control. See what he's done with the border. I think that's excellent. Obviously, you need a strong border if you're going to have a country. Economy was shit under Joe Biden. Oh, sorry. I don't know if I can cuss.
How was it shit, by the way?
So, how was the economy shit?
Yeah.
Did you go to the grocery stores when Joe Biden was president?
Yeah, and prices are higher now. So, how was the economy shit?
I mean, I work in the grocery retail market, and I would say eggs are down, milk is down,
beef is up 13%, and groceries across the board are up like almost 4%.
And also, no, majority of the groceries are down, but he's also...
No, it's not. Groceries across the board in the United States are significantly up in the United States.
So are you comparing the 6 months as opposed to 4 years of Biden's economy?
I am comparing the prices under Biden's administration to the prices under Trump's administration because you are telling me...
How were they under Trump's first term?
They were cheaper. But we're not talking about Donald Trump in the first term. I said, do you support Trump now?
Yes. So I'm gonna give him time to get.
All right.
prices
So what
down
did
like he
Donald
did
Trump
on
do
his
to
first
make
term.
prices cheaper in his first term?
Well, our economy was strong.
I didn't ask you
Generally,
whether
the
the economy was
was
strong. I asked you what Donald Trump did.
well. That's what a strong economy does. So
No,
if
no,
you
no.
want me to
I'm
answer
asking
the
you what a
question, I'll tell you.
president does to make the economy stronger.
Well, you can put pressure on fuel prices to come down, which they do. Which Trump had low
No,
fuel
you
prices.
really
Then
can't.
increase. Sure, you can. You don't think the president has a say in fuel prices?
He doesn't.
You don't think if he has puts
The
pressure
price
on
of
OPEC that
the
they don't
price of
realize?
oil per barrel isn't even figured out in the United States.
Yeah, we have power around the world just because it's not in the United States. doesn't mean
Yeah,
we
and
can't
he
control
used that
things that are
power
going on
to have for the OPEC Plus deal. Do you know what the OPEC Plus deal was?
We were drilling more, so we had more fuel.
Actually, we produced
done-
more oil in Biden's administration than we ever have in American history. We outproduced
Yeah,
Saudi
we also had more
Arabia.
regulations.
Yeah, we
had more
outproduced Saudi
regulations around the
Arabia.
oil.
Yeah, we outproduced Saudi Arabia, and we're the energy independent for the first time in 70 years. I'm
Yeah,
asking you
yeah,
if you knew
but
what
some
the
of the
OPEC Plus
regulations.
deal was. That was the question
So
I
why
asked
do you
you.
think the economy was so bad? Why do you think?
Sir,
people so
I'm
bad
not
so
going
bad?
to ask a fourth time. Okay, this is the third. Do you know what the OPEC Plus deal was?
The OPEC what was?
The OPEC Plus deal.
The OPEC Plus deal? No, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, so you were talking about freaking exerting our influence in the United States on oil prices across the world. And that was Donald Trump actually doing that, exerting the US power to, oil prices across the world. And what it did was because during COVID, we actually had a surplus of oil, right? Because people weren't moving, things weren't moving, there wasn't as much transportation, people weren't like going on vacations or flying as much, right? Because of COVID, right? You remember that, right? Yeah, awesome. So the price of oil per barrel like dropped to nothing because of, supply and demand, right? Economics 101, right? If you have a huge supply of oil from, drilling and all that sort of stuff and nobody's using it, then the price goes down, right? So what Donald Trump did is he gathered all the OPEC Plus countries together and he got them to reduce the amount of oil that was being produced across the world by like 10 million barrels. Okay, a day. Okay. And so what that did was that actually rose the price of oil like immediately to help try to keep big oil in business. But the problem with that
When
is
was that?
hold on.
What are you talking about? His first term or are you talking about his current term?
First term. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but let me go ahead and finish there, bud. Okay. See, the problem with the OPEC Plus deal is it did not expire until the end of 2022. Okay. So when we reopened from COVID and people started moving and people started wanting things and people started transporting or whatever, we now had a reduction in the supply of oil worldwide, which caused a rise in prices worldwide. Right. So all of those huge price jumps and, huge inflation numbers that happened in the first 2 years ish of Biden's term were actually very highly controlled by the OPEC Plus deal that was organized by Donald Trump. And he brags about it. It's not like something that he doesn't brag about. He brags about it, which actually increased oil prices significantly, raised gas price significantly, and increased inflation significantly. And that's actually why if you look at the prices, I'm still talking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why you actually saw at the beginning of 2023, when you actually started to see oil prices go down and when you started to see inflation start to go down, it was actually an expiration of Donald Trump's OPEC Plus deal.
Are you finished?
You see how I stopped talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
So
people
that would
take
mean
breaks.
that I'm finished. I thought we learned that in like kindergarten, man. I don't know how you didn't figure that out yet.
Some people take breaks, which where they're talking because they have to gather their thoughts, just instead of speaking random thoughts. But anyways, so let me just get this straight. Trump can set oil policy, which first you denied.
He did not set oil policy. That's not what I said.
Yeah, they have an influence over oil prices. And
No, he didn't actually. That wasn't an influence on oil prices. That was an influence on oil. Well, you're misrepresenting what I'm saying. I didn't say he created oil prices. I didn't say that. And I also didn't say, yep, you can count all you want, sweetheart. I did not say that he freaking. I did not say that he had oil policy, so pay attention. And also, number two, I did not say that he affected oil prices. I said he affected oil supply.
You get to just talk over everybody?
Well, you don't get to represent what I said on my live. That's what happens.
Yeah, but when I was trying to talk over you,
I do not care. You can either represent what I said correctly or you cannot. I don't care.
Typical Democrat. Yeah, of course.
I'm not a Democrat either, sir. You really don't know much.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, sure you are.
I'm sorry. You know my voter registration?
Yeah, big Kamala supporter. Okay, so
hold on. You know my voter registration?
I don't care about your voter registration.
Well,
so,
my voter registration
so
would no, sir. My voter registration.
Let's just keep
no, we're not talking about
you
that
don't
anymore because apparently you know everything about me. All right. So are you trying to date me or something, sir?
Yeah, I'm trying to debate you. So
no,
once again,
date me. Like,
said,
are you sexually interested in me? That's why I'm asking the question of you.
Do I hate you?
No. Do you want to date me? Do you want to take me out and love me?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Well, you seem to know all these
President-
personal things about my life, and I'm wondering about that because I just said that I am not a Democrat because I am not registered
Sure,
a
nobody
Democrat,
believes
and
you,
that's
but
what would
can we
make
go-
me
can
a
we continue?
Democrat. Okay, sir. So again, if you
We
would
don't
like to freaking actually have a conversation about what I said, then please represent
trying,
what
but you
I
won't let me
said.
talk because
Well,
you know
you're
you're
not
wrong.
because you're
You
not
keep
paying attention to what
interrupting.
I'm saying and you're misrepresenting it. So whenever you would like to actually represent what I said, then I'm totally okay with it.
Yeah, sure. It's okay. Just let me know when I can talk and you're done spurring.
Yeah, whenever you want to actually speak something that I said.
Okay, great. So, and then for some real reason, you know, Trump made all these deals with OPEC, but then Biden for 2 years couldn't do anything about it. That's weird. I wonder if he wanted to maybe increase that flow, if he could make some deals with OPEC and get the flow back of oil going again and start production again. But for some
Yeah,
reason,
he
I don't know,
actually
he didn't
he
want to do
tried.
that. Oh, he tried? Oh, but he couldn't do
Yeah.
it? But Trump
No,
could?
he went to
Okay.
OPEC and said, we already made a deal with your government through Donald Trump and we're not going back on our
Okay.
deal.
Yeah, so I think we all see how that makes a lot of sense.
Yes,
So
it does
anyways,
make sense that if you have a deal with a
yeah.
country, for you to abide by that deal.
Oh, yeah. We never.
I'm sorry, you
deals
probably
with
wouldn't
things
recognize that that's a normal thing in the like within the world.
Yeah.
To actually, when you make
Yeah.
deals with other countries, for you to actually like uphold your end of the deals. But actually, outside of Donald Trump, that's a pretty
Yeah,
normal
that's never been
thing.
done.
I don't know if you know that or
no
not.
one's ever changed the deal. No one's ever changed the deal in the history.
Well,
of
why
all
would
politics.
OPEC want to change the deal, sir?
What do you mean? They don't want to push out more oil?
No, they're making hand over fist for having less oil because Donald Trump's deal was bad. Why would OPEC want to change the deal that Donald Trump freaking coordinated that made them more money?
I love it. Like I said, I'm telling you. So Donald Trump has more pull in OPEC
Sir,
than Joe Biden.
what is
Who's
OPEC?
for 2 years president, is what you're trying to say.
What's OPEC?
It's a leading production that controls the price of oil internationally.
I'm sorry. What is that?
It's the company that controls the price of oil
Gotcha.
internationally.
So you have no fucking clue what OPEC is, and you're trying to freaking tell me whether we have freaking influence over them whatsoever.
I love once again move the goalpost because you were losing that argument. Move the goalpost.
Sir, I don't come here to win or lose arguments. I come here to have conversations with people that I think want to actually have conversations with me, okay, about politics.
Yeah. So,
and if you're
are you
trying to
admitting
win
that
an
Joe
argument,
Biden
sir, I'm speaking.
Yeah.
If you're trying to win an argument, first of all, you're doing a horrible fucking job, okay? Second of
I
all,
think you're
just the
doing a
fact
horrible
that you're
job,
trying to win it, makes me really not want to have a conversation with you because I'm not trying to win an argument with you. I'm trying to have a legitimate conversation with other people, okay? But it doesn't sound like you actually... No, sir, I'm still fucking talking.
Yeah, but I was talking.
How old did you say you were?
I'm 40.
Are you going to act like it at any point in this conversation?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, cool. So I'm not trying to
win
win a fucking conversation with you. I'm not trying to fucking debate you, okay? I cannot have a debate about oil prices with somebody that thinks that OPEC is a fucking company. Okay? So this isn't a debate because in order to have a debate with somebody, it would actually have to have a debate with somebody that actually has the the knowledge base in order to even have a fucking debate. Which obviously, if you think that OPEC is a fucking company, then you obviously do not even close to have the knowledge base in order to talk fucking oil with me. Okay, so I'm trying to have a conversation with you as a fucking adult human being. So if you'd like to have one, that's fine. If you don't, then I'll just move on to the next person. It does not bother me at all.
Sure. You don't think OPEC's incorporated?
What? All right, sir.
Have
have whatever day you deserve, dude. I am not fucking doing this, bro. Gonna fucking talk about losing. Doesn't even fucking know what OPEC is. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit. Anyways. It's a company. Just Bill, thank you so much for the gifted sub. I really appreciate that. We have 2 minutes to hit one more freaking sub on TT over here to hit that sub wave. We need one more. I think we can hit one more. I'm supposed to be like off right now. I just want to hit one more. Just Bill, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Oh, goodness gracious. Bye, J Money. Appreciate you. Have a good one. One more. We do one more. Bro, I think that's like one of the biggest like things I have with people. Like, bro, it's okay to just say I don't know something. It's okay. It's fine. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Y'all, make sure you guys are hitting that sub button, turn on those notifications, hitting that follow button if you haven't already. We are freaking doing this every day. But tomorrow, I will not be on tomorrow. I love you guys, but I will not be on tomorrow. Tomorrow's not my day. I'll be back on Friday. Kayla, thank you so much for the gifted. I appreciate that. That's all I was looking for. Someone said OPEC Incorporated. That's freaking great. All right, y'all. I just wanted that one more. I'm not going to lie. That was all I was waiting for. I'm going to call it a day. I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. And I will see you guys on Friday right around 7 p.m., all right? Love you guys. Bye.